So LA has the weed. Who cares? That is so irrelevant to being a good reason as to why you would move to a particular city, especially LA. You know, there's actually a lot of people over the years, for many years, going back ever since LA acquired part of the reputation of like there's being like a lot of weed here. A lot of people actually moved out here because of the weed. I've heard this for years. I've met people who literally told me this crock of shit. This is also a particular element, a particular type of person, a type of element that would move to LA. It's another raggedy, toxic, fucked up element that would be mixed in with all the other raggedy, toxic elements that already live here in LA as it is. Now, so Neck of the Woods doesn't smoke weed. Neck of the Woods have tried weed a few times in his life. Neck of the Woods, talking about myself. Yeah, I've smoked weed probably a handful of times, but I've never bought any weed for myself because it's not something I have to have, it's not something I have to do. But living out here in LA, enough people smoke weed that when you do there's a social gathering, someone is gonna light it up. And even though I am the type of person to not try to fit in with people, I really just do my own thing and not give a damn what anyone else does. There comes a certain point, like this particular instance, where occasionally I will go outside of my natural self, my real self of who I really am. And yes, occasionally I will smoke someone else's weed, and it's not that I want to smoke it. I just take a couple of hits, I'm done. Now you can't say I wasn't like a part of anything. I mean, really? But this is not something I normally do. It actually, I didn't even try marijuana until I was like, I think in my early 20s for the first time. And it never caught on with me, but I only did it when the time came for it. Just just so I don't have to answer any questions about like, oh, why I don't smoke weed. And I really don't. I don't. And that's about the only drug I've done. Everything else I've never even touched. I've never done no cocaine, no crack, no heroin, no PCP. And LA has plenty of that out here as well. Over the years, I have educated myself on marijuana and the medicinal uses for it. And I do believe it's real. It's a real medicinal use for it only if you have like certain ailments that you're suffering from. You know, marijuana can help with that. I believe in that, and I'm not against that. I used to judge people who smoke weed very harshly. And I guess from listening to this video, it sounds like I still am judging them. You know, without trying to be a hypocrite too much, because I just admitted to you guys that I've partook in it like just only a handful of times in my 36 years of life. And also not to, and I know people who smoke weed, they're kind of like feel some kind of way about someone talking about it. So I'm not just going out at you guys, because I do know a lot of reasonable people who smoke weed as well. But there is a certain stereotype, and it really fits here in LA. The stereotype of your typical weed smoker, the pothead, the basically they're like a slacker, loser, lacking ambition, lazy, unemployed, unreliable, all that good stuff. Stupid, dumb, zombie, the whole nine. So there is a stereotype of that for a reason. And the more reasonable people I know who do smoke weed, they smoke weed more than me. They're like a weed smoker, but they're not the type that gets high every day. Every fucking day they're fucking high. That's if so okay, so they do it occasionally. It's like a social thing for them. Okay, that's reasonable. I'm not judging that. That makes more sense than smoking every day. And these people, they're mostly reasonable. They have jobs. They take care of themselves. They do what they can. They live a normal life, and they smoke weed socially, like someone would drink socially, and drink without being an alcoholic. But like I said, back to this element that I was talking about, this particular type. There is this element, and there are enough people in LA who are of this element and who fit this stereotype of getting high every day, smoking weed every day, and just not doing nothing with their lives. And there's a lot of people like that. And some of these people are those people who have told me, oh, yeah, I moved to LA because of the weed. It's so accessible. It's easy to get. Back in my hometown, I had to like talk to 2 or 3 people who knew another middleman who would get me. Oh, man. And also out here, all you need is the medical card. Well, now it's like more legal than even that now. But now you don't even need a medical card or something. I don't know. I haven't really kept up with that. But at one time, the big thing was getting the medical card. And the truth of the matter is, and like I said, I do believe in the medicinal use of it. I do believe in the social smoking part of it, the social aspect of it to a certain degree. Like I partook in it socially, and I don't, and that's not a normal thing that I do socially. Socially, I drink, and that's nothing to be proud of neither. But oh well. But I'm not an alcoholic though. But yeah, it's it's just like you just got certain people here who really are into that stuff out here, and if you like to smoke weed wherever you from, then like that just tells me, like, especially if you coming out here, like you think that's like a good reason to come out here, like that's just so stupid. That's so dumb. Granted, where I'm moving to now, and I'm gonna say this just so you know, I'm moving to Oregon, and I think they recently passed that law or something. So I think they're into that too. But it's I think it's different up there. Like, okay, most of the people down here, who got that medical card, they don't have no medical problem. They was bought out by the particular doctor who signed off on them to get the medical card. Someone paid the doctor an extra couple $1,000s or something just so the doctor would sign off and say this person has this medical ailment, and then just give them the weed. But that was during that time when the medical card was the thing. Also, it was easy to get the medical card, from what I'm told. That's just some bullshit. That's the kind of stuff that, even though I'm not trying to like just really go in on marijuana or weed like that, but like the people who really just have absolutely bad negative opinion of smoking weed, this is the kind of thing that is just not gonna like win these people over. There's still people who don't even believe in the validity of the, you know, smoking weed for medicinal uses. And I don't blame those people. They just need to look more into it. But on the outside looking in, it doesn't look valid. It doesn't look real. It looks like these people just got that. Well, I could tell you, a lot of these people got that medical card just so they can fucking smoke weed whenever they wanted to. So that kind of thing, it's like, well, does this really have medicinal uses? You know, that kind of like makes people skeptical of that. And I don't know. It's too early to say how Oregon is on that, since I haven't moved there. But we'll see. I don't know. I don't want to give an opinion on that because I don't know. I haven't lived there yet. But what I'm talking about is here in LA, that this is just another garbage reason to move to LA. That's really the whole point of this video. And that is all I got to say on this matter.